สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีครับ
Welcome everybody to FMS Hatyai 2 Global. My name is Ajahn Nana.
My name is Ajahn Anu.
My name is อาจารย์เกม
So after so long, we come back after COVID-19.
It's been a few months, hasn't it?
Yes a couple of months
But yeah, it's really good to be back, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel I have a lot to share.
Oh, so much has happened over the past three or 4 months, is it? 3 or 4 months, yeah?
So probably we can share with what happening in our faculty first. In our faculty of management science, we have done pretty much a lot to do with the COVID-19 response. Like for example, once we know about the disease actually spread all over, we pretty much shut down the faculties and asked the student to go home and all the staff to, like reduce the working hour at the faculty and everything.
Yes, it was a pretty big shock for everyone involved. It happened very suddenly, didn't it? Very, very suddenly. After the massive scares that we had in Bangkok and also other Asian countries, Hatyai started panicking.
The faculty starting from the deep cleaning. The building has been sprayed all the alcohol all over the building actually. Sanitizing entire faculties or every single part of the building. So we are now pretty much safe. Okay, and not just that. What we have done is that we organize the trainings for the online teaching or even the train every faculty members to use Zoom meeting to make sure that every faculty members, they know how to operate the online meeting from home because it might happen again.
right
So now it's like we also ready for others' mission as well. Like for example, our faculty start having the project called FMS Smart Startup Company for the student. We are giving out the funding for the student about 30,000 baht per project for the student to really approach the entrepreneur, try to come up with an innovative idea, uplifting and improve the quality of the products for those businessmen and everything. So if each of the students actually having this every need support to the entrepreneur, our faculty also will give the full support on this part.
Wow excellent do they need to pay back those 3,000 or is free
I wouldn't say the word free. The student have to give back with some improvement of the product.
I see
Yes. So this one, the scope is that the student have to look for the entrepreneur or the business where need the improvement in their business, either the tangible product or the the service. Yeah.
Great. Specifically during this time, it's really great that the faculty started this. Seeing as so many businesses have struggled during this period. So having our faculty support the community and local businesses is very important, not only for the businesses, but also for us, seeing as it will create a give and take process between us and those businesses.
So other project also the faculty just recently established in May. It called FMS Job Matching Center.
wow
So this is something to do with the career consultations for the student who are about to graduate or the student who are looking for a job.
That's only for FFS students or can be for other faculty students
This is particularly for our faculty.
Okay that's a good opportunities for FFS students to have a good careers and have a good opportunities to find a new job.
Yes, we also partner with the Alumni Association because alumni has such a great connection and they themselves also could also employ student, right? So on the day that they have a launching, the Alumni Association, the secretary and some representative came over and witnessed about this open ceremony launching for the center as well.
Very, very important. Once again, we can bring in the COVID situation now, giving our graduates all the support they need in order to find jobs. So it's very important that our faculty did this, and I hope and believe we'll do very good with this project.
Because after COVID-19, realized that the graduate student at that moment have difficulty to searching for a job.
Yes.
So this center is just established right at that time, and then they also try to not only just providing the job matching, but also the training. They're looking into the training for the like reskill, upskill the student too.
Also very important. Good.
Yes.
You say they've been in association with the alumni association, correct?
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and yes, we also have another event, really big event, is annual event that we always call NCAM. NCAM is the National Conference on Administration and Management. This year is year 12.
Yeah.
And the difference is we done this online.
Yeah, always
And-
virtual, correct?
And we have more than 70 papers.
Wow.
And can you imagine that day we were like, oh, we put everybody in a different room online, segment everybody in different Zoom meeting room. And it was great experience, and we done successfully.
Right.
And we have very honored that we have the assistant professor, Dr. Niwat, the president of our university, come over and give such a wonderful remark speech as well that day.
Brilliant. It was really unfortunate that I was sick during that time. I would have loved to been part of it. I mean, I was a little bit part of the planning and checking the abstracts and so on, but unfortunately I had to miss the conference.
You can try again next year.
Most definitely, I will be there.
So another thing that really important during COVID-19 pandemic situation, what our faculty giving out to the student is the emergency scholarship.
Financial aid.
Financial aid, yes, we call like เงินฉุกเฉิน เงินทุนฉุกเฉิน for the student. We're giving away of 200 baht for each of the students.
And then there were other programs that
Yes, it's actually your BBA program.
Yeah, the BBA program gave their first to third-year students 3,000 baht back, refund basically on the study time that they missed during this COVID crisis. And I think for the fourth years, there was 6,000 baht per student. Yeah,
That's really fair, really great deal.
Brilliant.
So if the students interested in this scholarship, how they contact to the faculty?
They can simply directly contact to our faculty at 074-287-900, or just visit our website at fms.psu.ac.th. We have all the contact there.
Thank you very much, Ajahn Nana, for sharing that with us.
Yes, and we also have the last but not least, a biggest donation from our Faculty Management Science Alumni Association. The amount of the money that they donate to our current students are really huge, which is 624,500 baht.
And this money goes towards
To
their studies, yes?
to study and also the student life support
All right,
for our
brilliant.
faculty students. Yeah. So you see how much we have done for our student.
Brilliant. As an organization, it was very important that we acted so quickly and so effectively, because I believe we reacted quite effectively in how the pandemic has affected everyone around us, that including the alumni, local communities, local businesses, and obviously, most importantly, our students.
Okay, so for all parents, you should be sure that your child would have the best thing from the FMS while they are studying here, right? We have the scholarship, we have the financial aids, we have a very supportive programs or innovation programs, and we have career opportunities for all of your child. So please try to encourage your child to study in FMS.
Definitely.
Well, this is all about what's happening in our faculty. Next will be the next section with the English lesson with Ajahn Arnold.
All right, so now we'll start with the second part of the program. As per usual, our English lesson. So, seeing as we are experiencing times of crisis, Hat Yai a bit less than other areas of the world and of Thailand, but still appropriate, I thought it would be appropriate to learn about English vocabulary related to crisis management. Crisis management is what us as lecturers and management at the faculty had to deal with a lot during the past 3 months. So I thought it would be appropriate for those listeners around to learn vocabulary and also phrases related to crisis management. So the first word that we have here is crisis. What is the definition of crisis? A crisis is a time of great disagreement, confusion, or suffering, or an extremely difficult or dangerous point in a situation. Now, Ajahn Nana, would you be able to use that in a sentence for us?
Well, I wouldn't say the word in sentence, but I can share to you that for me, I have crisis every month. Guess what? When towards the end of the month, there's a crisis for me because no money.
Financial crisis.
Yes, financial crisis, yes.
That's a very good example of how we would use that word. Thank you, Ajahn. Financial crisis. Now, that we can take in during this whole situation. I think every one of us experienced some financial difficulties during this period. Right. I know me specifically, definitely enough. And yeah, and it's very unfortunate that we had to deal with it. Yes. But it's very important that we have plans in place in order to help make that improve again. Yes, in order to get people back to where they were financially before the COVID crisis. Yeah. Okay. The next word we have is react. React. What is the definition? To act in a particular way as a direct result of something else. Now, Ajahn Game, can you elaborate a little bit more on react for us?
Actually, when the crisis already occur, we can find that the react of all people, they're gonna have the social distancing, and after that, I think it's gonna be have so many ways of reaction that people gonna show to the world. And some example sentence here, like if the government had to react quickly in helping people who lost their job during the crisis by providing financial aid, that's going to be a good sentence.
Brilliant. Okay. Brilliant. I would say, the Thai government provided like how much was it? 5,000 baht per household, or if I'm not mistaken, what was the aid that they provided for each household?
I'm not sure. 5,000 for 6 months, I guess.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. So I think there are many a lot of the governments around the world had to react very quickly in helping the people, their people, right. By providing financial aid, specifically those who lost their jobs, because many people lost their jobs during this period of time. Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Good. All right. The next phrase that we'll look at is damage limitation. The process of restricting the damaging effects of an action or mistake. Ajahn Nana, can you use that word in a sentence for us?
Probably one of them could be local and international companies are currently implementing the damage limitation to measure the reaction, to refer to what you guys discussed earlier, to the harm caused of the COVID-19.
Good.
Does that make sense?
100%. Yeah. So, for example, I would say, well, what kind of damage limitation measures would companies implement? Yeah, they'll try and, instead of laying off staff, they'll have them work 3 or 4 days a week rather than a full week in order to save money. Yeah, that's damage limitation. Rather than laying them off, making them work only certain days in the week. Right. And that was one of my friends is an engineer, and she worked for an automotive company. Car manufacturing company, and what they did was, instead of laying their people off, they made them work a couple of days a week rather than them losing their job and completely being out of money or earning an income. Yeah,
that our faculty shut down for a while in order to protect our students and our staff from the disease.
100%. Another example of it. Yeah. Good. All right. Let's move on to the next phrase. Backup strategy. Now, this is one that we hear in business on a very regular basis. Yes. The definition: a strategy available to use when an original plan does not go as expected. These plans are set up specifically if a crisis affects an organization. Right. Ajahn Game, Can you use this phrase in a sentence for us?
Actually, in business plan, if you run the business plan, in the last part, they're gonna have the emergency plan or contingency plan. So this contingency plan is meaning like you're gonna have some backup strategy to solve the problem or to solve the situation and improve your business performance. Or in other example sentences like the organizations, big or small, are expected to have backup strategies in place in case unexpected events occur, such as natural disaster or pandemics.
Good. So every single organization, big or small, needs to have contingency plans or
Right.
backup strategies.
Right.
Yes.
Especially in marketing, because we cannot expect what's gonna be in the future.
No.
So we need to have like the scenario analysis, and we need to have the backup in each scenario.
It's a great example.
Especially in life, we need to have a backup money
Sure, for 6 months.
for 6
For
months.
6 months.
You see?
That I learned from Ajahn Panen in our faculty. He taught me that if you want to be survive in any crisis situation, you need to have at least 6 months backup money. Which means if you got around 30,000 baht per month now, so you just multiply for 6 months. So you need to have in the safe account in bank around 180 right, and 80,000 baht. Right?
Yes.
180.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially for those who have family.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna save from any crisis. You can
Yes.
survive for
Yes.
6
Yeah.
months.
That's a good principle.
Right.
Definitely. All right. Some really good examples that we're having in today's show. Thank you very much, Ajahn Gem. The next one and the last phrase for today: a loss of confidence in. A loss of confidence in. When a group of individuals, such as employees, believe those in charge of an organization are no longer doing an acceptable job. Ajahn Nana, will you be able to use that in a sentence for us?
I just want to clarify again.
Yeah, sure. Of course.
For a lost confidence in, it could be another word, could be like lost confidence too. Is it?
A loss of
in-
confidence, we usually refer to ourselves, yeah? But if you have a loss of confidence in, it's in someone else.
Very
Yeah.
good. So that's to refer to a third person, another person.
Correct.
Right. Okay. So if let's say if I use in a simple sentence like I have a loss of confidence in my husband.
I hope he's not listening to this program.
Oh, he would. He will. Yeah. Is that
Yes,
okay?
100%.
Yeah.
But usually you have to elaborate on the situation when you say something like that. Yeah?
If let's say he doesn't have a backup money for us, so I will just gonna start having a lost confidence in.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. I think the example sentence that I have here is very current to a situation that's happening in the world. The example sentence is: there's a massive loss of confidence in law enforcement because of how they treated protesters during the Black Lives Matters protests. We'll see this specifically in America. We'll see this in some countries in Europe as well, the UK. There's been a massive loss in confidence in law enforcement because of the way that they treat certain groups of society, certain minority groups in America, and in other countries around the world, we also experience those problems. South Africa, it's still a very, very big problem. In many European countries, it's specifically Eastern Europe, it's still a very, very, very big problem. And it's something that I would also like to address in today's show. And it's something that us living in Thailand should also be aware of not discriminating towards others. And yes, that's just something that I wanted to talk about a little bit today. So that is it for our English lesson. We learned a few interesting words related to crisis management, one that you should be able to use in everyday life, and in similar situations in the future. But hopefully we don't experience it.
Hopefully not. Now opening the one and only first in Southern Thailand, Master of Business Administration International Program, Faculty of Management Science, Prince of Songkhla University Hat Yai Campus. We provide a strong foundation in business administration with concentration in business management, business in ASEAN countries, finance, marketing, and any relevant business management. Studying at our MBA International Program, you will experience close relationship with professors and classmates from around the world. For more information, visit our website www.imba.fmspsu.com or call us at 082-661-6600.
Welcome back to the program. Okay, so for this session, normally we will have a special guest, okay, to give a very interesting information about how to do business in Hat Yai and to global too. However, because of the COVID-19, so it's like the limitation for us to invite the guest speakers. So for this session today, we just want to present some interesting information from our university program that we call This is PSU Live episode 2 that already launched on June 30 2020 via the Facebook of our university, that you can connect to this Facebook fan page as at PSU Connects. Okay, so this interview we try to invite all economic scholars from 5 campuses of the Prince of Songkhla University. To all audience, I would like to inform you that actually Prince of Songkhla University is not only in Hat Yai. We have 5 campuses cover all the southern part of Thailand. We have in Pattani, we have in Phuket, we have in Trang and Surat Thani. Okay, so from those 5 campuses, we invite the assistant professor, Dr. Sopin Tirakiatikun, the associate dean in academic affairs from the Faculty of Economy, okay, from Hat Yai campus, and we invite as assistant professor Dr. Jarirat Romjalern, the directors of the Office of Academic Promotion from Pattani campus. And we invited Dr. Shiyanon Pujaran, the Associate Dean in Research and Graduate Study from the Faculties of Tourism and Hospitality from Phuket campus. And we have Assistant Professor Dr. Veerasak Kongrit, the Associate Dean in Administration and Research from the Faculties of Liberal Arts and Management Science from the Surat Thani campus. And we also have Assistant Professor Dr. Parishat Mani Mai from the Faculties of Commerce and Management from Trang campus. And this series or these episodes has been moderated by Assistant Professor Dr. Pasakon Thamachot from the Faculties of Liberal Arts and Management Science. From those interviews, all of our guests, they provided in-depth commentary on the path to the new economy entitled Navigating a New Normal Economy. Okay, so for our audience, you can watch this video again from the Facebook of PSU Connects. Okay, so in conclusion, I would like to give the information what we got from the interview. Okay, from the conclusion, we found that currently the southern economy is based on 4 main areas. Okay, you already know, ใช่ไหมอาจารย์อาโน Okay, yeah. We have tourism, we have agriculture, trade and production. Okay, due to the outbreak of COVID-19, there is a big effect to the service sector and the tourism business to pause business operation, causing entrepreneurs to lack income. and workers are laid off, the purchasing power is gone. There is a slowdown in export of agricultural business such as rubber, palm, fishery, vegetable, and fruits. Okay, so these are the crises. Okay, that you already talking about previously. This is the crisis, and we don't know whether they have the backup or not. However, from this situation, we know that our leaders have did a very good job. Okay, in order to stabilize our country, stabilize all the situation. Like Ajahn Nana already informed all the audience about what the FMS has been done in order to solve the problem for our students and other stakeholders from the Faculty of Management Sciences. Okay, and from those interviews, Ajahn Nana, they already like get into the detail about the Phuket too. Okay, the Phuket where all income is linked to tourism. So the province gross domestic product or GPP come from the accommodation and restaurant as the highest proportion among Thailand and Southeast Asia. Okay, and from the use of economic models to assess the economic impact, we found that the overall economic damage to the country up to July 2020, which is around 127,000 million baht. Okay, very huge amount, and especially in Phuket is approximately 65,000 million baht. Okay,
that's 65 billion, correct?
Million,
yeah, 65 billion.
Billion, yeah, 65
billion.
Yeah, 65 billion
yes.
baht.
And in Songkhla and Surat Thani, especially in Koh Samui, which mainly rely on foreign tourists, causing many business such as hotels, restaurants, and other services also very affected. Okay, although there are strict measures to lessen, but the driving forces of the province that depend on foreign tourists is still quite affected too.
This is a massive had a massive impact on the tourism in Thailand. Yes,
right.
But I must say the government reacted real well. In terms of how they are going to fix this problem, because apparently now they're going to subsidize tourism or local tourism, where they will give out people subsidized money in order to visit these tourist destinations that were mostly affected by the COVID crisis, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, and nowadays the government try to promote เที่ยวเมืองรอง Okay, เที่ยวเมืองรอง like the secondary province. Okay, for all the local people, so that gonna boost up the tourism business again. Okay.
Interestingly, that Phuket did not have any effect on the hotels industry.
Actually, I think in general they have.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about the general impact in Phuket, not specific to.
If there's a 65 billion impact, then a lot of that will go to the hotel industry. 100%.
Right.
Has to, because the hotel industry is huge in Phuket.
So from Phuket, we gonna go back to the three southern border provinces which have contact and migrant between Malaysia and Thailand and Indonesia affected too in the border trade sectors because of the 4 checkpoints in and out of Malaysia, limiting people in and out of the country, so make transportation of consumer goods not as smooth as it used to be.
At the moment, do they have these restrictions still in and out, or can they open?
I think so, but they quite loosen those restriction
for some of the neighboring countries. Yes,
right.
So for Malaysia, because the two countries so dependent on trade and dependent on each other's workforce, the restrictions have been lowered. Correct.
Right.
But for foreign tourists, it's still pretty much impossible to cross the border. So, for example, if I had to try and go to Malaysia now, they won't allow me. But not that I'm a tourist, but yeah, for foreigners, getting in and out in Thailand is still extremely difficult unless it's very essential.
Right.
Unless it's very essential.
Okay. So furthermore, as for the agricultural and production sectors, for export of agricultural product, rubber, seafood, crude palm oil in Trang, Surat Thani and Songkhla provinces are less affected than other sectors. So it means that agricultural or like self-sufficiency is work for our country. It's already
our region,
for our region too, right? So because they said that because the agricultural sector can sell the product to the domestic consumer, right? And the production sector does not affect and maybe consider a good opportunity in the future too. Okay, and there is still in high demand for from Europe for health-related product, rubber glove industry and canned seafood because it is a necessary product, right, for living. However, if the situation continue like this, the accumulation of people's money indefinitely decreasing. Okay, so as we said, like if we have like the money around 6 months, so we can survive for 6 months. However, for this big crisis, it depends on how long it's gonna affect to our living.
It had a big impact on people's spending power.
Right.
Yeah. Even those that are middle class or may say upper middle class had to rethink their spending habits.
Right.
If you think about I don't want to.
I'm not sure because people still buying online, like keeps amount of online coming.
Yeah, they change the way of like spending money from offline to online. However, we can see that there are some signals to show that online is not the main channel in general.
Just
because
temporarily,
because after the government allow some department store to open, so we just see so crowded people like go out to the department
they just
store.
Still want to hang out,
right.
Sorry.
And then furthermore information, the impact of the outbreak of COVID-19 shows the importance of the grassroots economy, which will lead to the creation of strong community enterprise, creating stability for the community economy. So people began to look at their economy as the main and saw the importance of family and sibling first. So maybe in the future, most of people gonna go back to look after their family, right? And focus on way to create jobs for themselves in a different way, such as doing business online, okay? The increase in the restaurant business, which occur in the 3 southern border provinces. However, it is important to look after the quality and standard in every sector. Yeah. And from those interview, our 5 scholars give a very good perspective on the new normal life after the outbreak. They said that people have to use this opportunity to build immune
system.
Immune system, like immunity mechanisms to be able to face the risk and uncertainties that may arise in the future.
I just feel like the industries that have a high impact, like really negative impact, would be the education. I think, I don't know, this is my
negative.
Because education's now we have to really change our teaching and learning style and switch from physical to online more. I know it's a opportunity, it's good, but the student in some of the country which is need to adapt into the new technology and environment and also infrastructure as well need to be ready for them. You know, like I believe that these are the big change and they have to work a lot on the adaptation on this new change.
Sure.
Well, every single one of us had to, right? Not only the students, but us as lecturers as well. We had to adapt to it.
Some research said that the online is not so effective somehow because
we need to use like the omni channel, like both online and offline. Okay.
Blended learning.
Right, like that one. Okay. And finally, from those interview, all 5 scholars, they give a very good conclusion. They say that, however, many of new normal issues are talked about whenever an economic crisis affects their life. For example, the matter of sufficiency economy, living sufficiently, self-reliance, production for self-consumption, consideration of nature and the environment, including food security. Those kinds of things already talk when they have the crisis, especially in economic crisis. So they make the conclusion like, although social distancing may occur in the short term because social connection that are basic human behavior are likely to return. But what will definitely change is the matter of hygiene.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, so hygiene gonna be forever
100%
from now.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, and if you had my prediction, I would have a very similar outlook to it. I think
It's not that you have to shower every hour.
No, it's as easy
Every
as
2
washing your
hours.
hands. I think every single one of us has
Right.
become more aware of our hygiene,
Right,
and that's the
right.
one thing that we can take out of this whole situation, even though there were large amount, thousands and thousands of deaths. Yeah,
Sure.
which is in its own a massive wake-up call, isn't it? Yeah,
Sure,
okay.
sure.
Everyone needs to realize